In today's fast-paced and often chaotic world, it can be difficult to find peace and happiness. However, there is an ancient wisdom tradition that can help us to navigate the challenges of life with grace and equanimity. It is a story about acceptance, letting go, and trusting the flow of life. I hope that this story will motivate and inspire you to live a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Taro who was very unhappy. He felt like he was stuck in a rut and that his life had no meaning. One day, he decided to go to a Zen monastery to seek guidance. When he arrived at the monastery, he was greeted by the head monk. Taro explained his situation to the monk, and the monk listened patiently. When Taro was finished, the monk simply said, "Follow me." The monk led Taro to a nearby river. The monk said, "Watch the river." Taro watched the river for a long time. He noticed how the water flowed smoothly and effortlessly. He also noticed that the river was constantly changing, but it always remained the same. Taro asked, "What does this have to do with my problem?" The monk replied with a warm voice, "The river is like life. It is constantly changing, but it always remains the same. We must learn to accept the flow of life and not resist it. When we resist the flow of life, we create suffering for ourselves." Taro thought about what the monk said. He realized that he had been trying to resist the flow of life by clinging to his unhappiness. He also realized that he had been trying to control his life, which was impossible. "So what should I do?" Taro asked. The monk replied, "Simply let go. Let go of your unhappiness. Let go of your need to control everything, and let go of your expectations. When you let go, you will find peace and happiness." Taro took the monk's advice to heart. He began to let go of his unhappiness, his need to control everything, and his expectations. As he let go, he began to feel more and more at peace. After a few days, Taro realized that he was no longer unhappy. He was finally free. He thanked the monk for his guidance and returned to his village. Taro lived the rest of his life in peace and happiness. He never forgot the monk's lesson about the river. He knew that he had to accept the flow of life and not resist it. Moral of the story: life is constantly changing, but it always remains the same. We must learn to accept the flow of life and not resist it. When we resist the flow of life, we create suffering for ourselves. To find peace and happiness, we must let go of our unhappiness, our need to control everything, and our expectations. The story of the river is a powerful reminder that we cannot control everything in our lives. However, we can control our attitude and our response to the challenges that we face. When we accept the flow of life and let go of our resistance, we find peace and happiness.